West Vaco's commitment to innovative and differentiated products begins in our woodlands. Forests provide the raw material for almost all West Vaco's products. Among these products are fine papers, which in one form or another enter almost everyone's life.
Some moments in your family history are truly unforgettable. Others are impossible to forget. Now they can all be shared with Kodak Image Magic, the easy way to make pictures from pictures.
See the new Kodak Image Magic system at Christopher's. Christopher Photo Lab, developing your holiday memories for 50 years.
For 27 years, the Fort Hill F Club has sponsored athletics at Fort Hill High School. Originating with 25 members, the F Club now has 115 people working on various support projects for Fort Hill athletics. Any male interested in supporting Fort Hill High School can become a member of the F Club. Members currently range from age 21 to age 70.
Every year, the F Club has put $10,000+ into our sports and our athletic programs. They contribute to all the programs we have, do a great job. And I tell you, without the F Club, we wouldn't be able to do some of the things that we are able to do here with our athletic program. They help us with uniforms, transportation, and a lot of those little incentive and motivational things that make us a championship school and a championship program.
To join or help support the F Club, contact any member. All money raised by the F Club goes to Fort Hill Athletics. Fort Hill and the F Club would like to thank all the sponsors who have supported the athletic programs throughout the years.
Kelly Springfield Auto Service asks, where do you see yourself down the road? No, literally down the road. Better start out with Kelly Tires. We have top quality, high mileage Kelly Tires for just about every kind of car, light truck, pickup or van, and every kind of driver. So if you see yourself here, here, or here, well, maybe not there. We'll see you here at Kelly Springfield Auto Service, where you'll always get a good deal on a great Kelly tire.
Attention van buyers, listen carefully. In the next 30 seconds, you could save $4,000. At Schaefer Ford and Jeep in Cumberland, only Schaefer gives you $4,000 off remaining 96 Windstars in stock. Not $1,000, not $2,000, not $3,000. Exactly $4,000 off every single remaining 96 Windstar in stock at Schaefer. And remember, 97's arriving daily at lowest prices. Guaranteed. But hurry, $4,000 off Windstar while they last only. And only at Schaefer in Cumberland, where everybody buys their Fords and Jeeps.
This instrument can change a life. It could even save one. But this instrument can't help anyone if it isn't used. So please, use it.
If you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, rape, or sexual abuse, call the Family Crisis Resource Center 24-hour hotline.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of the Maryland State 2A Football Championship. The Wheaton Knights leading the Fort Hill Sentinels 14-0. And Ted, maybe you give us a few halftime stats.
Okay, for Wheaton, they had rushed the ball 32 times for 49 yards. They had 12 passing yards, and the 12 passing yards was the critical fourth down play right before the half. They have a total of 161 yards. For Fort Hill, they've rushed 13 times for 56 yards and 56 yards total passing because they didn't complete a pass in the first half. So you can see of the ball control matchup that Wheaton right now is ruling out. Now individually for Wheaton, number 32, Theron Johnson has rushed 18 times for 82 yards. Dexter Baxter has rushed 19 yards for 4 times, and Valaquez has rushed 8 times for 42 yards. So you can see all these guys have pretty good yardages. And I think the key stat of the half is the 2 Fort Hill turnovers.
Yeah, Fort Hill made 2 critical mistakes, a fumble and interception. The interception killed the one drive that Fort Hill had. So, Fort Hill's in a situation here where the first series of the second half is going to be critical. They are going to be receiving the football as We can see the captains making their way to the center of the field for the second half formalities here as we begin. Ted, the story of this game, though, up front has got to be the domination of Wheaton. They've dominated both sides of the ball, defensive and offensive line, and really taken it to Fort Hill.
Well, we've talked about the wide splits that Wheaton came out on, and it's something that we haven't seen too often, or, you know, if at any at all. So Fort Hill has not really known what to do and how to stop this, and like we talked about, when you got 8 guys up on the line of scrimmage, it's not like you can keep bringing any more up to stop the run, because eventually they're going to break one at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a long touchdown run. So Fort Hill's really got their work cut out for them here in the second half.
Okay, your Custom Floors kickoff. Custom Floors is celebrating 36 years in business. Check out Custom Floors sale on Congolium flooring now through December 31st. Custom Floors in the Burton Shopping Center. And we'd just like to thank all our sponsors for allowing us, to Commercial Video Company, to bring you the Maryland State 2A Championship game from College Park.
Fort Hill is going to receive the second half kickoff, and twice that Wheaton's kicked off. One time they squibbed it down. It seemed like they were showing Fort Hill some respect, and hey, we don't want you to run that kickoff back. But after the second kickoff, they kicked it deep, and then Mike Page caught it at the 10-yard line, and he only ran it back to the 20-yard line, which shows the speed on Wheaton's kickoff team. So it was a very impressive deep kick. Usually when you kick them that far, it outkicks the coverage, but in that case of Wheaton, boy, they really got down there and hustled. So it'll be interesting to see what Wheaton's philosophy is to start off the second half.
And we're about ready for the opening of the second half here. Wheaton about ready to tee it up. Deep for Fort Hill, we have Michael Page, number 20, and number 32, Trey Foster. And you know, Ted, this first drive of the second half, I think, is going to be critical for Fort Hill. You know, you're down 14-0. You know, Wheaton's a ball control team. The field's not going to get any better because it's been raining here since about the middle of the first quarter. So critical drive here to start the second half for the Fort Hill Sentinels.
It does also appear to be raining harder, you know, more than any time during the game. So it'll be interesting to see who is affected by it.
Michael Page, you got to love his effort, Ted. I mean, he twists and turns and shakes and bakes, but I tell you, Wheaton just seems to be all over Fort Hill with regard to the coverage. And Michael turned one way and got hit, and turned the other way and was struggling for yardage, but the Wheaton coverage that time was excellent.
It is excellent coverage, but like you said, Mike Page, what an effort. That, you know, it took 3 or 4 guys to get him tackled that time. So, you know, you're going to see a Fort Hill team that is definitely not going to quit here. It's going to be interesting to see what they do in this opening drive of the second half.
And we can see that Bill Harvey has not returned to the lineup for Fort Hill at this point. Bill went out earlier in the ball game. It looked like a knee or ankle injury. It was hard for us to tell. Rashad Page off the right side for a little gain. Allegheny Sports Medicine. Hey, Weekend Warriors visit the area's only Saturday morning walk-in sports medicine clinic, open 9 to 11 in the Johnson Heights Medical Building. Weekday hours by appointment. Allegheny Sports Medicine Clinic says, get in condition to play, don't play to get into condition. Sentinels come up with a 2nd and 8. Fort Hill running in Tommy Welsh and Trey Foster, alternating with Josh Page and Rashad Page here to start the second half. Welsh this time inside again, and once again, good defense that time by the Wheaton Knights.
It looked like Welsh that time sort of stumbled out of his stance. I don't know if it had to do with wet field conditions or he just tripped coming out of his stance. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see if that's going to continue to happen throughout the game.
And a big third down play here, Ted. You got about a 3rd and about 5. And, you know, if you're Fort Hill, you want to knock out this first down for a couple reasons. First of all, you don't want to give Wheaton such great field position to start the second half.
And it's also interesting that Josh and Rashad Page are on the sideline at a critical play like this is.
Unbalanced to the left for Fort Hill. And here's the carry to Trey Foster. And Foster pushes ahead. Looks like he may have the first down. A big first down and big effort that time by Trey Foster. Sweeping to the weak side, the short side of the formation. And a big first down for the Sentinels to start the second half.
Well, I tell you, it was a great second effort, and you can see when Fort Hill runs their sweeps that these guys on the outside of Wheaton really don't like to come up and get in there and put a nose on those Fort Hill guards pulling.
I tell you, Tommy Welsh, good second effort, Ted, but, talking about the field position, he's come out of his stance twice, and twice he looks like he slipped as he come out of his stance.
Exactly. I tell you, Tommy was hit at the line of scrimmage that time, and for him to pick up the 2 or 3 yards he did that time was almost an individual effort on his own.
2nd and 8 now for the Sentinels. Opening drive here of the second half, 9:28 to go in the third quarter. Wheaton leading the Sentinels 14-0. Once again, the handoff to Welsh, and he gains about a yard. Rod Iron Gym and Fitness Center. You're looking at the Rod Iron Gym and Fitness Center located at 7 Lane Avenue behind the Lavelle Post Office. Rod Iron has tanning and massage available.
Boy, another very important 3rd and 4 call for Fort Hill, and I tell you, making those 3rd and 4 calls is not the easiest thing to do, especially in the state championship game.
Fort Hill been in an unbalance here most of the second half. Here they come out with an even set, even formation tee. Waggle by Pennell.
Looked like it was deflected at the line of scrimmage, but I really couldn't tell.
Yeah, I think there was a deflection that time by the defensive line of Wheaton, and the Fort Hill will come up with a 4th down play. AES Warrior Run. AES Warrior Run means $100 million in tax revenues for Maryland. AES has already purchased more than $4 million from 30 local contractors. AES Warrior Run, the best is yet to come. 8:29 to go in the third quarter, and the Sentinels lining up for the punt here at their own 41-yard line.
Critical mistake that we see so much in high school football is the punter or the punt receiver letting the ball go by. He was signaling a fair catch at the 25-yard line, and the ball goes over his head. Usually they tell you if you're at the 10-yard line and it's going over your head, then you fair catch and let it go through. But I tell you, it's a big play for Fort Hill. Maybe they can generate a break off of this.
Well, if you're Wheaton's coaching staff, you lost 15 yards on the bounce of that football, and you can't be pleased about that. The Fort Hill side of the ball, they got to be thrilled to death. This is the first time they've had Wheaton backed up all day, and this will be a critical series of downs here if they can bottle up Wheaton and force them into a punting situation.
It's also going to be their first series, and see if they can handle the wetter football.
Squares in the middle, a gain of about 2 that time. Bring up about a 2nd and 8 for the Wheaton Knights.
Buddy Van Meter looked like off the bottom of the pile that time once again for Fort Hill. And Buddy Van Meter's done a very good job for Fort Hill in that defensive line all year.
Big hit that time by Trey Foster. Wheaton trying to get in off tackle, and that's one of the best hits we've seen all day from Fort Hill, coming up with a 3rd and 4 for Wheaton.
I'll tell you, Trey Foster, it was a key tackle. You could see Rashad Page take the inside route on the blitz, or on the penetration, and he got caught up, and if it wasn't for Trey Foster plugging that hole that time, it might be a big gainer. Now the Fort Hill crowd's going to come into play. They stopped him.
Great play that time by Fort Hill. The ball was forced outside by the defensive end of Fort Hill on that side, Kevin Tishnell, and he forced the play wide, and they were able to bottle up in a critical series of down for the Sentinels, and they come up big on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, have another Sentinel injured. It looks like it might be 32 Trey Foster.
Flowerland, for the freshest flower in town, call Flowerland on Virginia Avenue. Flowerland has all your local floral needs. Call Flowerland or stop in. Flowerland on Virginia Avenue.
Excellent coverage that time for Wheaton. Rashad Page with the nice initial run and then banged his head off the turf. He jumped right up and appears to be okay though.
Big series for Fort Hill. Best field position today, 1st and 10 at the 39. As they start this series, Ted, they're almost in 4-down territory.
The thing we haven't heard all day is an emotional Fort Hill crowd, and you can really hear them picking it up right now to cheer their Sentinels on. And then the ball hit the ground, and Mike Page seems to be arguing with the referees.
I tell you, good look by Fort Hill that time. They ran the belly pitch to Rashad Page, and he stopped and throwing a long ball to Michael Page. And I tell you what, this is going to be a controversial call because it almost looked like Page had the catch that time. He was talking to the official. The sideline official, waved it off.
It did look like he came down with it. Then he rolled, and we couldn't tell at what point it came out, so... we know Rashad Page, back years and years ago was a pretty good quarterback and had a pretty good arm on him, so it was a great call by Mike Calhoun to let him throw the ball there. That was excellent coverage that time by Wheaton in the secondary. There was at least 4 guys who were around the Pat Pennell pass that time, and he was lucky that wasn't picked off that time.
Well, I think what you see is Wheaton does a great job with their speed of getting into zones and being able to cover receivers. Christopher Photolab has been developing your holiday memories for 50 years. They have the new Kodak Image Magic System, photo restoration, prints, and a host of new magic services now at Christopher's. Critical 3rd down play here for Fort Hill, and they're going to get a timeout. 3rd and 10 in a critical situation. Coach Calhoun obviously wants to talk it over, and we're going to take this time to take a little break.
Attention van buyers, listen carefully. In the next 30 seconds, you could save $4,000. At Schaefer Ford and Jeep in Cumberland, only Schaefer gives you $4,000 off remaining 96 Windstars in stock. Not $1,000, not $2,000, not $3,000. Exactly $4,000 off every single remaining 96 Windstar in stock at Schaefer. And remember, 97's arriving daily at lowest prices. Guaranteed. But hurry, $4,000 off Windstar while they last only. And only at Schaefer in Cumberland, where everybody buys their Fords and Jeeps.
For 27 years, the Fort Hill F Club has sponsored athletics at Fort Hill High School. Originating with 25 members, the F Club now has 115 people working on various support projects for Fort Hill athletics. Any male interested in supporting Fort Hill High School can become a member of the F Club. Members currently range from age 21 to age 70.
Every year, the F Club has put $10,000+ into our sports and our athletic programs. They contribute to all the programs we have, do a great job. And I tell you, without the F Club, we wouldn't be able to do some of the things that we are able to do here with our athletic program. They help us with uniforms, transportation, and a lot of those little incentive and motivational things that make us a championship school and a championship program.
To join or help support the F Club, contact any member. All money raised by the F Club goes to Fort Hill Athletics. Fort Hill and the F Club would like to thank all the sponsors who have supported the athletic programs throughout the years.
At our corporate research and engineering facilities, Westvaco scientists, engineers, and foresters lead the industry, developing breakthroughs in forestry management, biotechnology, and product development for all divisions of the company. Our corporate data center in Laurel, Maryland, networks the computers at all major Westvaco locations and and provides a gateway to many of our customers' computers as well. Today, we're aggressively developing our company's systems resources, as access to instantaneous information will be an essential part of growing our business into the next century. That's the key to Westvaco's philosophy, looking forward to the future, creating innovative and differentiated products for discriminating customers.
Lowest prices, guaranteed every day at Schaefer Ford and Jeep in Cumberland. Schaefer has the biggest selection and guaranteed lowest prices on all new 97 Ford cars and trucks. Schaefer is Western Maryland's only Jeep dealer with the best deal on Jeep. Want to save thousands on a new vehicle? Get 1996 bonus buys at Schaefer. Schaefer, where you'll buy new Ford cars, trucks, and Jeeps at lowest prices. Guaranteed. Western Maryland's best selection, #1 sales and service. That's Schaefer Ford and Jeep. Schaefer, Route 36, Cumberland.
6:29 remaining in the third quarter. Fort Hill 3rd and 10 at the Wheaton 39-yard line. Waggle action from Pennell. He's looking on a deep out, looking for a receiver, thrown to Page, and a great hit that time by number 35, Ted, and that's who we talked about in the pregame show, Steve Ray. As soon as Rashad Page caught the football, he was all over him. Gain of about 2. It'll be 4th and 8, and it looks like Fort Hill's going to punt the football.
Well, I tell you, Pat Pennell did an excellent job of feeling the pressure come from his backside that time, and that's one of those things you cannot teach a quarterback. They just feel it, and he got out of there, and he was lucky. You know, he wasn't sacked for about 10 yards there. He did a great job of dumping off to Rashad Page.
Wheaton was there playing for the Wheaton actually got better field position they had the last time. Actually, a little more breathing room that time. Fort Hill, once again, will have them bottled up. Your custom floor scoreboard is 14-0. The Wheaton Knights lead the Fort Hill Sentinels. Custom Floors is celebrating 36 years in business. Check out Custom Floors sale on Congolian flooring now through December 31st. Custom Floors in the Burton Shopping Center. 1st and 10 for Wheaton at their own, I guess we'll call that the 14-yard line. Their second possession of the first half. Or excuse me, second half.
You know, it looked like that time that Wheaton's splits are getting shorter now, and I'm not sure what the philosophy is behind it. They were pretty successful with it the first half.
Yeah, but we all know coaching high school football, maybe it's not philosophy, maybe the kids are just not getting the proper splits. I mean, that happens sometimes too. It doesn't always necessarily mean that there was a coaching. Well, I'll tell you, as close as they are now, you wonder, Ted. I think you're right. And you're right, they haven't been as successful. They had a 2nd and 6 that time and went to the pitch out to Johnson, and Fort Hill's playing their best defensive football of the game. Wayne Sitco full service station with towing, Hertz, and U-Haul rentals, food and beverages. Wayne Sitco downtown.
You know, I don't know if this is a philosophy where you put your splits down and go into a conservative mode. But I tell you what, they're on their own 20-yard line, and Fort Hill is capable of breaking one at any time, and just think they can sit on the ball and just run it out. It's not going to happen.
I tell you what, that's a great catch in coverage. Fort Hill had double coverage that time on number 30, David Ogborn, and we have a holding call against Wheaton. It's going to nullify, but I tell you what, that's a great effort in between two Fort Hill defenders.
I tell you what, it was a beautiful pass and a beautiful reception. I don't know how he hauled it down, but the Fort Hill guy standing around looking at him couldn't believe it. And here, once again, you have several flags on the field, so obviously another hold that a lot of people saw. This is a critical break for Fort Hill.
10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Well, I tell you, you go from 1st down on the 50 to 3rd down and 15 on your own 5. What a big difference.
And we all know that high school football is a game of field position, and Fort Hill is winning that field position battle in the second half, and haven't been able to get any points on the scoreboard at this point.
Excellent defense that time by Fort Hill in the secondary. Wheaton's quarterback tried to throw in about triple coverage that time, and there just wasn't anything there. But I tell you what, it got close to the receiver's hands.
Your Custom Floors kickoff. Custom Floors is celebrating 36 years in business. Check out Custom Floor sale on Congolian flooring now through December 31st. Custom Floors in the Burton Shopping Center.
I don't think this is something that Coach Calhoun's going to be too happy with. Fort Hill just had to burn another timeout on a punt return. We had a guy late getting off the field, so this is not a time that you want to use up your timeouts.
For 27 years, the Fort Hill F Club has sponsored athletics at Fort Hill High School. Originating with 25 members, the F Club now has 115 people working on various support projects for Fort Hill athletics. Any male interested in supporting Fort Hill High School can become a member of the F Club. Members currently range from age 21 to age 70.
Every year, the F Club has put $10,000+ into our sports and our athletic programs. They contribute to all the programs we have, do a great job. And I tell you, without the F Club, we wouldn't be able to do some of the things that we are able to do here with our athletic program. They help us with uniforms, transportation, and a lot of those little incentive and motivational things that make us a championship school and a championship program.
To join or help support the F Club, contact any member. All money raised by the F Club goes to Fort Hill Athletics. Fort Hill and the F Club would like to thank all the sponsors who have supported the athletic programs throughout the years.
Attention van buyers, listen carefully. In the next 30 seconds, you could save $4,000. At Schaefer Ford and Jeep in Cumberland, only Schaefer gives you $4,000 off remaining 96 Windstars in stock. Not $1,000, not $2,000, not $3,000. Exactly $4,000 off every single remaining 96 Windstar in stock at Schaefer. And remember, 97's arriving daily at lowest prices. Guaranteed. But hurry, $4,000 off Windstar while they last only. And only at Schaefer in Cumberland, where everybody buys their Fords and Jeeps.
Change is never easy. Sometimes you can't even see it happening. And sometimes it seems to be happening too fast. Change is nothing new at the Luke Mill. You might even say it's part of our tradition. We're the oldest mill in the company, and yet we're one of the most modern in the country, and we're still building. Updating equipment and physical plant is only part of the story, though. The fact that we're still here, going strong, producing some of the best paper in the world, is thanks to our people. Machines don't think. People do. And there's never been a shortage of good ideas here at Luke for making things better.
It's now a matter of fully utilizing the talent of that workforce to complement the equipment that we've installed to go out and produce the best product at the best price.
Stan's Auto Body is the place to bring your car when it starts looking a little rough around the edges. If you've had an accident or its age is starting to show, Stan's Auto Body can have your car looking like it's showroom new again. Stan's takes pride in the work they do, whether it's body work, glass replacement, or new paint you need. Stan's Auto Body always does a professional job. It's their business to have your vehicle looking good. Stan's Auto Body at 119 and 123 Roberts Street in Cumberland.
Allegheny Sports Medicine. Hey, weekend warriors, visit the area's only Saturday morning walk-in sports medicine clinic. Open 9 to 11 a.m. in the Johnson Heights Medical Building. Weekday hours by appointment. Allegheny Sports Medicine Clinic says get in condition to play, don't play to get in condition. I tell you, Wheaton has to be thrilled to death with that roll, Ted, because I tell you, that was a very poor punt off the side of the foot of the Wheaton punter. And Fort Hill will once again start in Wheaton territory at the 38-yard line.
Well, we haven't seen great punts, but what we have seen is great coverage by Wheaton. And sometimes that's just as critical as the punting is.
You can hear the Fort Hill Sentinel fans chanting, "Go Rig Red." 1st and 10 for the Sentinels. 3:56 to go in the third quarter.
I tell you, Fort Hill's fans aren't too happy with that. It looked like a Wheaton player sort of dove on the top of the pile on top of Rashad Page that time.
Fort Hill going with a quick pitch to the weak side to Page, and he was able to get ahead for about 5 yards. 2nd and, well, let's say 4 yards. 2nd and 6 for the Sentinels.
Josh Page is still on the sideline when they took him out the last series. Not sure if it's an injury or what's going on there.
I tell you, great defense that time at the point of attack by Wheaton. They showed the blitz that time, and they came and were able to get Fort Hill maybe for about a yard or two gain. It'll be about a third, and looks like 4.5 for the Fort Hill Sentinels. And Ted, you got to be looking at 2 downs to make 4 here, or make 5 actually, I guess.
Well, we've run off about 10 minutes, and there's down to 2:45 left in the third quarter right now, and of course Wheaton will be very content on letting everybody run back and forth and run the clock right now. Fort Hill, as a game going on, gets more critical each play.
Fort Hill went that time to their end-over formation and tried to run Page on the sweep, and he's about 1.5 yards short of the first down, so it'll be about 4th and 1.5 yards. And you talk about big plays, this will be as big as play as Fort Hill's had all year. And you're right, Ted. Tommy Welsh still in there, fullback for the Sentinels. Josh Page still on the sideline.
I tell you, as good as Tommy Welsh and as strong as he is, to get 2 yards, he might be a good bet to get this ball off tackle and see what he can pick up. Of course, Wheaton's done a great job all day of slowing him down as it is.
I tell you what, it'll all be down to the spot. It's going to be very close.
I tell you what, that's a great tackle, because it's tough to bring down Tommy Welsh with a tackle like he was just brought down with.
I tell you what, Ted, you have the young eyes here. Call that one.
I think it's a little bit short.
That's why I said young eyes.
You can call these games up the stadium and look down the lines, and it could be lying to you. But here, I'm sure at the University of Maryland at Byrd Stadium, probably pretty straight. I think they did stop him.
They're about 1 foot short. I tell you, got to give the Wheaton defense a lot of credit. It looked like Welsh was going to be ahead for that first down, but I tell you what, they're quick to the football and were able to stop him for no gain, or, well, about a yard gain, I should say.
Well, I tell you what, I thought it was a good call. Tommy Welsh at this point is your best power back, and he did have a hole there, but I couldn't see what Wheaton defender stopped him, but it was just a great defensive play.
And once again, in a critical part of the game, Wheaton wins the battle up front.
And we're now down to 1:40 left in the third quarter. We now see the wide split again.
Here comes another penalty flag, and that's probably another hold. 1:35 in the third quarter.
Would appear to be on Wheaton once again.
I tell you, they found someone in there. If you're an official, you found someone in there that you think's holding a lot, because they got their eye on someone. And obviously, he's pretty consistent with it.
It's odd that you would see so many holding calls in one game. Usually it's pretty sparse to get them called, but obviously somebody's in there is doing a pretty good job of it.
10 yards, receive first down, and 20.
Okay, once again, looks like they're coming down their wide splits once again. They have their spread formation. It'll be interesting to see what they're going to run here.
They take too much time? I'm not sure what this one's about.
It's definitely going to be on Wheaton again. We have some movement. It's going to be 5 more yards.
5-yard penalty.
You know, Ted, as they started this series, you think Wheaton had bailed themselves out of a hole, stopping Fort Hill on 4th down, but now they got themselves back in the hole. And once again, this whole second half has been played in Wheaton territory, but Fort Hill hasn't been able to capitalize to this point.
Rashad Page just about got tackled there. He was about ready to make the play, and you could see Rashad Page's whole side of the body just get pulled down.
No question about that call. Rashad Page was held once again, and officials are doing a good job, I think. You know, Wheaton looks like an entirely different team in the second half.
You know, when you watch a team before the game come out and warm up, you think sometimes you can watch them and learn something from them. And what we noticed about Wheaton when they came out on the field, they were sort of running around and not looking real organized. And you know, as we talked at halftime, we were sort of amazed that Wheaton looked so disciplined on offense the first half, but now you come back the second half and they're sort of going into that mode where we thought they might be the first half.
Penalty is accepted. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
I believe this is a situation where Fort Hill usually comes up with a big play and a touchdown.
Still first down. And that time, Velasquez able to break through for a pretty good gain of about 11 yards. It'll bring up a second down and still a bunch for Wheaton. 42 seconds and counting in the third quarter.
You know, even though they still got about, second and 25, you know, to let them break off that 11-yard run at first play, it's sort of disheartening for the defense.
Well, it is, and all the time you're losing field position. I mean, and it's so critical at this point in the game for Fort Hill.
Wheaton's going to bet run one more play, and then they're going to be into the fourth quarter. And again, you can hear the popping down there once again from the Fort Hill defense.
And that should be the last play of the third quarter. And we are at the Maryland State 2A championship game. The Wheaton Knights lead the Fort Hill Sentinels 14-0. This is a commercial video presentation, and we'll be right back.
This Kelly Springfield Auto Service commercial is for women only. Yes, it's about tires. Kelly tires. But this macho stuff, it's just not me. I'd rather focus on things that are important to you, like how our high-mileage Kelly tires are designed to last for miles and miles down the road. Oh, and you might want to know one more thing. How to get to Kelly Springfield Auto Service for your new Kelly tires. At least you'll stop and ask for directions.
Lowest prices, guaranteed every day at Schaefer Ford and Jeep in Cumberland. Schaefer has the biggest selection and guaranteed lowest prices on all new 97 Ford cars and trucks. Schaefer is Western Maryland's only Jeep dealer with the best deal on Jeep. Want to save thousands on a new vehicle? Get 1996 bonus buys at Schaefer. Schaefer, where you'll buy new Ford cars, trucks, and Jeeps at lowest prices. Guaranteed. Western Maryland's best selection, #1 sales and service. That's Schaefer Ford and Jeep. Schaefer, Route 36, Cumberland.
For 27 years, the Fort Hill F Club has sponsored athletics at Fort Hill High School. Originating with 25 members, the F Club now has 115 people working on various support projects for Fort Hill athletics. Any male interested in supporting Fort Hill High School can become a member of the F Club. Members currently range from age 21 to age 70.
Every year, the F Club has put $10,000+ into our sports and our athletic programs. They contribute to all the programs we have, do a great job. And I tell you, without the F Club, we wouldn't be able to do some of the things that we are able to do here with our athletic program. They help us with uniforms, transportation, and a lot of those little incentive and motivational things that make us a championship school and a championship program.
To join or help support the F Club, contact any member. All money raised by the F Club goes to Fort Hill Athletics. Fort Hill and the F Club would like to thank all the sponsors who have supported the athletic programs throughout the years.
And we are are back, ladies and gentlemen, at Bird Stadium. Your Custom Floors kickoff. Custom Floors is celebrating 36 years in business. Check out Custom Floors sale on Congolian flooring now through December 31st. Custom Floors in the Burton Shopping Center. And Wheaton nicely, the Fort Hill Sentinels, 14-0. Wheaton with a third and still about 21 yards as we begin the fourth quarter. And Wheaton, Ted, at this point, continuing the conservative approach with the clock running here in the fourth quarter. Allegheny Sports Medicine. Hey, weekend warriors, visit the area's only Saturday morning walk-in sports medicine clinic. Open 9 to 11 a.m. in Johnson Heights Medical Building, weekday hours by appointment. Allegheny Sports Medicine Clinic says, get in condition to play, don't play to get into condition. And I tell you what, if there's one thing been inconsistent about Wheaton, it's the punter. He shanks one off the side of his foot, and that time he booms one out to the Fort Hill 49-yard line, one of the best punts he's had all day. That one actually turned over.
And you notice Wheaton, again, had great coverage again. I mean, they have guys in Fort Hill's punt returners' faces every time. You know, you've basically seen a game of two different halves here. The first half, Wheaton totally dominates, come out in that wide offensive split. And in the second half, you know, obviously Fort Hill's not putting any more points on the board, but they're moving the ball better, and Wheaton sort of went into the bag, so to speak, on offense. Obviously, their defense is still having a great day.
Josh Page back in the game for the Sentinels, and he goes off right tackle for a gain of about 3. Rod Iron Gym and Fitness Centers. You're looking at the Rod Iron Gym and Fitness Center located at 7 Lane Avenue behind the LaVale Post Office. Rod Iron has tanning and massage available. And Ted, once again, with this clock running down to 11 minutes, this has got to be a critical drive for Fort Hill. Fort Hill hasn't had much success throwing the ball today, and they need to drive this football down and get it in the end zone.
Coach Calhoun is probably thinking right now, we almost got to start thinking about being in 4-down territory with every drive from here on out.
I tell you what, we may be able to see that on replay, but Steve Ray just made a great defensive play. He literally ran over one of the Fort Hill offensive linemen and was able to penetrate deep and make this about a 3rd and 4.
I tell you, that was about as tough as a stick you can ever see. He came in there and just walloped the Fort Hill offensive lineman that time.
There's no question that he is willing to give up his body. Number 35, Steve Ray, is an outstanding football player. 3rd and 5 for Fort Hill. And here goes the pitch to Reed. Reed finds a seam, and he's down inside the 35-yard line. Great looking play that time. Good fake by Pennell. Pitch to Reed, and he was on the corner quickly. Fort Hill able to move ahead for a critical 1st down.
One of the bigger gains of the day for Fort Hill also.
Fort Hill running that belly pitch to the split side. AES Warrior Run. AES Warrior Run will be Allegheny County's 2nd largest taxpayer when the plant comes online in 1999. AES Warrior Run cares about the community, and the best is yet to come. 9:52 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Maryland State 2A championship action at College Park. I like the call by Fort Hill. Mike Calhoun going out and trying to get the ball to Michael Page, who is the big play guy for the Sentinels, and he moves ahead for about a 6-7 yard gain. Fort Hill comes up 2nd and 3.
You'd have to think he's also going to set up that stop and go also to Michael Page, which has really been an effective play for Fort Hill over the years.
Flowerland, for the freshest flowers in town, call Flowerland on Virginia Avenue. Flowerland has all your holiday floral needs. Call Flowerland or stop in. Flowerland on Virginia Avenue. Critical drive for Fort Hill. 2nd and 3. And once again, Ted, we see the defense of Wheaton able to come up with the penetration that time.
Well, I tell you, number 56, Terrence Lewis, just made an outstanding defensive play.